the next one, I would say, supposedly, in season 25, episode 16, you don't have to live like a referee. The Simpsons predicted the FIFA corruption scandal. So in 2014, they predicted it, and in 2015, it came true. Now, if anyone in football, soccer...
No, football.
No, I'm saying, you fuckers who say soccer, it's wrong, it's football. A foot on a ball, therefore football.
If you use your hands, you get sent off.
Unless you're a keeper.
Yeah, but, use your hands, you get sent off. That's football, you have to use your feet. Not this fucking running around with a pigskin in a fuck ton of fucking medieval armour because you're too fucking wimpy to get hit.
So we're both 39 years old.
Yes.
Right? Nearly 40. Presents are fucking appreciated.
Yeah.
We're nearly 40. How many of those 40 years have been FIFA's corrupt as fuck?
Oh, God, I suck.
It's been fucking 1994 for me, World Cup 94.
I can't remember who the head of FIFA was before Sepp Blatter.
No, neither can I.
Right.
I don't think I want to.
Is it, I don't even know who the head of FIFA now is, to be fair.
I'll Google.
But the other, but I knew FIFA were corrupt before I knew the name of the head of FIFA. That's what I'm trying to get at, was that you're a football fan, you know FIFA's corrupt.
It's supposedly Giovanni Vincenzo.
Fair enough. Yeah, I didn't even know that. But FIFA just, I knew FIFA were corrupt before I knew who Sepp Blatter was.
We've all had this understanding that FIFA is a corrupt society. So before him, it was someone called Havelange.
No. But when Sepp Blatter came in when?
He came in June 1998.
There we go. So yeah.
Oh no, sorry. Sepp Blatter came in. When I was impeached in 2015, came in 1998. That's right. Yeah.
So we're 1998 until I found out who the head of FIFA was.
Was that World Cup France?
Yeah, the French World Cup. Yeah. But I knew FIFA were fucking corrupt long before that.
Especially in Sepp Blatter's.
Especially the Sepp Blatter's. I mean, the only reason I didn't know who before him. I didn't know who was after him. I just knew him because he was corrupt as fuck. He was like openly corrupt. To the point, like I said, the Qatar World Cup announcement. I
mean, I know I'm English and I might be biased, right? And I get that. But if someone puts to you, we've not had a World Cup since 1966, and if someone comes to you with a board and says, we've got a country already, the supposed motherland of football, who has got...
football's created in Sheffield.
Yeah, so we've got stadiums that have got 50, 60, 70,000 people comfortably. And for the smaller nations, we've got 40,000, 30,000 stadiums.
Our third tier of football could hold 30, 40,000 people.
Sunderland. Yeah. So we have got an infrastructure that already exists. Stadiums that already exist.
We've got the hotels, we've got the cities, we've got the transport links.
If you tell us you're going to bring in 1 million people, we can fucking handle it.
We don't get all these stadiums where we're going, we've got stadiums that can hold 40, 50, 60, 70, 80,000 people. Yeah, they're all in the middle of cities as well.
Yeah, local, everything's already there.
Yeah, I mean...
Not an issue.
Leeds United is a 10-minute walk, 15-minute walk tops from town.
From city centre, yeah.
From city centre to the stadium. Is it Everton Stadium's in the middle of some fucking houses?
Yeah, exactly. So
they've got houses around it.
Yeah. So we've got, everything's already there.
Mm-hmm.
But then you've got these rich Qataris who put their bid going, we don't have any stadiums, it's 45 fucking degrees, 120 degrees Celsius, that's 120 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to have to purposefully build all these stadiums with underground fucking ventilation systems and aircon. We don't have anything. And they go, that sounds like a good fucking bid.
That's the best bid, they get it because they're the best bid.
So, if anybody doesn't, I'm not just saying England, there was other countries as well.
No, right, so we're only saying England
I'm using it as an easy comparison.
We're only saying England because England were a direct competitor for the bid.
Yeah.
But when the bids were going on, and it came to the reveal, everyone were going, England have got this. There were other countries like Germany, I think, were up for it as well.
Even Germany.
But Germany could hold it tomorrow like that,
Yeah.
same as we could.
Exactly.
The only reason people going England are going to beat Germany is because they've had it since us.
Was it 2008? Was it?
Yeah, I think they had it in
I wanna say-
80s and they had it in 2008.
We've only had it once.
We've had it once, they've
Yeah.
had it 2 or 3 times. So it was like, do you know what? It's England's turn. They put good in it. We've just held a fucking amazing Olympics. One of the. And
2012
This
Olympics.
isn't saying as an Englishman like, oh, we're the best, but it is why they consider. Not only was it why they consider one of the best
And the
Olympics for a
Paralympics.
generation.
The Paralympics were amazing.
Paralympics were amazing, but it was the first Olympics held in about 30 years to make a profit. Most countries lose off the Olympics. They spend that much on hosting it that they never
Right.
make the money back, and they make it back in tourism and trade. We actually made money off hosting the Olympics. So it's like with a fucking example of like, look what we did with the Olympics. Look what we have in place for football. Look what we had, and we had, you know, and we had amazing Olympics. And one of our fucking fans' chances, football's coming home. Can you imagine the streets bouncing up and down with football's coming home as a World Cup? World Cup comes back to where it was born.
Do you know when Germany won the World Cup in 1990s? Oh, did they win the Euros in 96?
No, France won 96. Because did France win 94, 96
Oh.
and 90? No, they won 96, 98 and then
Well-
went out the 2002 World Cup not scoring a
Well-
goal. Yeah.
Whichever World Cup it was, there was a funny story that Germany won it and were singing "It's coming home, football's coming home" as their chant. It's like, you bastards! That's not yours!
That's not yours! It's...
Take that back!
We think football's coming up because football was born in Sheffield in Yorkshire. You know,
Take it back, you bastards!
but yeah, like we had the infrastructure, all that sort. But then, also on top of that, the Brazil World Cup before the Qatari announcement, the Brazil World Cup,
horrific!
right? The slavery, they were bringing in immigrant workers and setting to work at minimum wage, but then taking the passports off
We
them,
were telling me this
and you have to
before.
earn your passport back. And if you, so you have to buy your passport back. To say, like you can work for me, you're building that stadium, and I'm paying you, you know, £100 a week, which is well below minimum wage. But I'm going to keep your passport. If you want your passport back, you have to pay £1,000 to get your passport back.
Or build that wall and the duct tape takes 20 hours, you're going to work 20 hours.
Yeah. But you're working to pay me your passport. But then, that wall's a bit shit. I'm docking £20 for your wages this week. That wiring's a bit crap. I'm docking £40 for your wages this
The
week.
mates died.
Yeah.
You're going to have to work
The
harder.
amount of people who died building those stadiums, and
And Qatar is exactly the same.
Qatar are doing exactly the same now. It is ridiculous. Like, there's building signs out the window. But for me, the biggest sign of corruption in FIFA was the Brazilian World Cup, where Brazil had a lot of problem with gang fights and stuff, and people get pissed up and fighting. So they, it's illegal to sell alcohol in any football stadium in Brazil.
That's a shame. Okay.
Right? They just went, do you know what? Fighting's getting out of fucking control. We're banning alcohol. Right? And fighting went down. Right? Fair enough. I don't really agree with it, but if it works, you've got that big a problem and it works. You do you. Right? So the World Cup came to Brazil. All the slavery and shit and building the stadiums and these multi-million-pound stadiums in a country that had to bulldoze ghettos and shanty towns to build stadiums that are now fucking forests growing in them and car parks for coaches. So they really couldn't afford to do it anyway. But FIFA went, by the way, Budweiser sponsors the World Cup. They're one of our corporate sponsors. So we need to sell Budweiser in stadiums. And Brazil went, no, you can't, because we've banned alcohol in stadiums. Yeah, but Budweiser our corporate sponsor. We don't care, it's illegal.
So where's it going?
Well, you better change that fucking law right now. We'll take it World Cup off you, we'll take it somewhere else. So Brazil had to put a law through that made it legal. But the actual wording of the law does not say it's legal to sell alcohol in stadiums. It says it's legal to sell Budweiser in stadiums.
So FIFA became a political entity, effectively.
Yeah. They told a sovereign nation what laws it could have. But the law wasn't overtook. If they turned it on alcohol, you could sell alcohol in stadiums, then you could serve any alcohol you want. So the FIFA dictated that the law said it's illegal to sell alcohol except for Budweiser.
That doesn't
So
sound like shit.
Budweiser was the only alcohol allowed to be served in stadiums during the World Cup. And then when the World Cup finished, that law got repealed, so alcohol's again illegal in stadiums again. So this is a non-profit organisation, as FIFA calls itself, which another corruption thing in his sen. But yeah, they went into a sovereign nation and went, you have to change your law so we can play football.
Lovely.
That doesn't speak of corruption.
We could have at least chose a good beer. Fucking hell.
Right, this is a fucking corporation that has, its whole game is running around on a field kicking a ball. This is the World Cup is a shining gem of their
crown,
and these are the players, the absolute athletic elite from around the world. These are players that are fucking. They get told by their clubs what they can eat, when they can eat it, when they train, how they train, all this stuff, right? And you watch the fucking World Cup and it's sponsored by McDonald's.
Get fat and happy. Eat some beer.
Sit on your sofa, eat a Big Mac, drink a Budweiser, and watch these fucking guys. How does that promote health and...
It just does, shut up. They didn't go to your factory to make sausages, so it's somewhere good.
But the fucking Big Macs on there though.
But just to... I know we're going off on one a little bit, but love it really. I've simply put, this is easily debunked. Because, even though it said the corruption scandal was predicted in 2014 by Simpsons, came true in 2015, again this is another thing of the Simpsons simply reporting the news. Because the actual investigation started before the prediction. In fact, the first arrests were made in 2013. Darryl Warner was arrested. So this again is nothing more than reporting FIFA corruption from the news. They're reporting the news in popular culture, and people can't string that together and go, "Oh, this is predicting the future." No, you're reporting something that's happened a year ago.
Yeah, I mean, this is going back to like how many Americans, because it's American-centric cartoon. I know Simpsons is worldwide, but it's American-centric. How many Americans know Greece has announced it's going to default on its debt?
Absolutely.
Like, we knew that because we're members of the EU and we voted to leave the EU and all that Brexit shit. So we know what's going on in the EU countries around us. It's part is relevant to us. But the average American wouldn't know that Greece about to default on its debt. The average American won't know much about football because they're not really interested in it.
Not fucking soccer.
Right? I mean, I actually reckon, I'd actually go out on a limb and say majority of Americans don't know that the American women's football team are world champions and probably the best team in the world in women's football.
American play football women? What's going on? I'm baffled.
I'm
only joking, by the way.
They don't care for football.
They are a brilliant team.
Right? They are a fantastic team, Americans women. But Americans don't really know, pay attention to it. And what was shocking about this really was America that blew it open. Was it Chuck? Someone or other, like America's FIFA representative that blew all this corruption open.
I don't know.
I remember a guy called Chuck Summit or other was the American representative of FIFA, and he basically threw Jack Shepherd from South Africa under the bus, and then Paul Sepp Blatt and everybody else in his corner. And it was reported in America as if like, oh, FIFA whistleblower brings down the organisation. And it was like, don't for a second think Chuck were fucking noble and just and bringing down a corporation. He was going to get fucking done for corruption. And when he got pulled in by FBI, he sang like a fucking canary.
And they seem very nice.
He wasn't anywhere like, oh, I discovered this corruption in FIFA, I'm going to bring it to the public and let them know. It was just like, he got his hand caught in the fucking cookie jar and he fucking squealed like a bitch.
Pig squealers are always the best.
But the world knew about this.
It's not even
long
news.
Before Simpsons covered it.
Not even news. This is not a fucking prediction.